Okay. So, very good morning, guys. Actually, this is your Venkat Ramna. So, welcome to our YouTube channel, The Guide. Actually, our YouTube channel, The Guide, has been changed from e-Pathshala yesterday only. So, I hope you understand and support our channel by your subscription. Thank you. So, coming today we will discuss one topic regarding the science. So, particularly, I think there is no life without science. I think everybody has experience regarding the science and all these things. Before that, sorry, 1 minute. So before we going to explain about the science, I have some questions. Because if you want to learn science, you should have questionnaire in your mind. Because without questions, we cannot get such a knowledge in the science effectively, isn't it? So I hope you understand and you can get the knowledge by the questioning only. So before we are questioning or before we are going to explain about our science, I would like to express my childhood experiences. So during my childhood, not only myself, I think everybody has such questions in your childhood stage, I think. Particularly in my childhood stage, I have some questions regarding in our surrounding areas and also in our personal life. For example, I don't know in my childhood stage how the food is prepared. I don't know in my childhood days how to prepare this, how to farm this rainbow. I don't know these hands. I think everybody knows hands. Hands find the food items. Even I hidden the food items in safety place. So I have to know these answers. I have to know answers for above these questions. So for this, there is only one chance. There is only one way. That is our science. So science is given such a importance and such a solution for our questionnaire. So my point of view is you should questionnaire about yourself or your surrounding areas, because science is nothing but knowledge. How can we get the knowledge? Means only we can question only. If you have questions, if you frame questions, or if you frame any questions from the any statement, for example, if your teachers explain something about today or tomorrow in your classes, you have to question yourself. For example, if I am explains today, plants are prepared the food items. Okay, that is my statement. So after the statement, what you have to do? You have to question, you have to frame the questions inside your mind. Particularly, how these food items are prepared. And what are the importance for producing the food items by the plants? And why these plants are preparing the food items? So, particularly in the science, you should have these three things. One is what, how, why. So if you go for this what, how, why, automatically you can understand more effectively on the science. So I request you all, before you are going to learn anything in our science, not only in science, even in English or Telugu or whatever the subjects. So you should have in your mind should be why, what, how. Why should we learn these topics? That you have to very important. Any topic, before you are going to learn any topic, you have to ask yourself whether it is important to your daily life or not, and what outcome will be there after listening my topic, and what is the importance of this topic. So that means what I am suggesting you have to apply that subject or that topic in your daily life or in your personal life. So I think you already understand my motto regarding our effective learning. So our effective learning depends on your questionnaire in your mind. So I hope you understand. I hope you question yourself regarding any statement like why, what, how. So coming to this topic, science. No doubt it, I think no doubt it, without science there is no life. I think only science gives the clarification to all the doubts in our daily life, whether it is physical science or biological science. Particularly, I already told you my childhood experiences, like how the plants are prepared the food items, and how the rainbow is formed, and how the ants are find these food items even I placed in a hidden place are very sensitive place. Even though the plants are identify the food items, but I don't know what is the answer. But after some days, after my childhood stage, I got the answers by the help of science only. So our science gives that effective learning, that science gives that knowledge from our questions. So my point is you have to questionnaire in your mind. I already told you how, what, why. 1 minute. Yeah. Sorry for the inconvenience. Actually, resound is going on. That's what I. Okay, coming to this topic. So I already told you science. Now we will explain what is science. Actually, I am very comfortable with the blackboard, but I am unable to get it. So today I want to explain all these things by a small presentation. So in my presentation, I would like to explain a small topic regarding science. So particularly, I already asked you what is science and what is the importance of science. And I already told you why I have to or why we have to learn the science and how the science is involved in our daily life. I already told you you have to ask your mind why, what, how. So particularly the first question, what is science? I already told you science is nothing but knowledge, whether it is physical science or biological science or social science, every science which gives the knowledge. So, for getting or for acquiring the knowledge, we should questionnaire in your mind. I already told you. So, before that, and the second question is it helpful in our daily life? Is it involved in our daily life? And how it is involved in our daily life? And why should we learn these science topics in this particular 10th class or ninth class or 7th class? So, such a questions to be in your mind, then only you can learn very effectively. So, coming to my topic. So, in science, actually, it is a number of branches. You already know that, I think. So, science can divides like physical science and biological science from the class 8th onwards. So, particularly, I am dealing with biological science. So, before we are going to explain this biological science, I have some questions in my mind. That is, what is biology? And how the biological science involves in our daily life? And what should we, that means what our daily life activities are involved in the biological science? So these questions are arrived in my mind, particularly while we are learning the topic in the biology. So coming to this, actually biology is a Greek word. I already told you, I think in the previous classes or somewhere, most of the biological terms are derived from the Latin language. Actually, Latin language is the very difficult language among all the languages in the world. That is the major reason. I think that is one of the reasons our biological terms are somewhat difficulty than other subjects. So, so our biology is Greek term. So our biology is our Greek term. I already told you it is a Greek terminology. So in Greek, bio is nothing but life. Life means you have an idea, I think. Life means yes, sir. Life ante. I think life, particularly life, is having such things or such organisms like living organisms or non-living things. I think. So logos means study. Study is nothing but learning or researching, or these are related to our logos. So finally, that biology means study of life. Study of life. So it's nothing but study of living organisms. So again, I have a question regarding these living organisms. Actually, I don't know what are the living organisms. I already told you have to question in your mind. So that's what in my presentation, one questionnaire I already mentioned here. What are these living organisms and how can we differentiate from non-living things? Okay, I already told you biology is nothing but study of life. Study of life means study of living organisms. So again, I have a question: what are these living organisms? And how can we differentiate these living organisms from the non-living organisms? This is my question now. I think you have an idea. Yes, sir. Living organisms means maybe plants and animals. Of course. Based on your statement, I agree with you. But my point is, how can you say that only plants and animals are the living organisms? And how should not like our chair, table, and all these things? So there is a special characteristics, I think. I think there is a special characteristics for our sorry. So there is a special characteristics for the living organisms. So these special characters are nothing but growth, movement, respiration, excretion, response to stimulus. Such a special characteristics you can observe in this particular living organisms. I already told you, living organisms are nothing. I think living organisms means plants and animals. You already, I think you have an idea. I think. So these living organisms, particularly plants and animals, can having these special characteristics like growth. Actually, in my childhood stage, I was very. If you compare with my childhood stage and present stage, you can observe how my growth is going on, and you can observe that how my movement is going on, and you can observe that how can I survive in my daily life. So these particular characteristics are involved. We can say that by these characteristics we can say that these are the living things. I already told you five characteristics I was given. So these five characteristics are you can see in the plants and animals. I think plants has the I think you can see growth in the plants, movement in the plants. You have a doubt, sir? I cannot see movement in the plants. Why? Because plants are not moved from one place to another place. Then how can you say, sir, plants having movement? Yeah, I will tell you one thing. Plants has leaves, you know that. In particular leaves, small stomatas are there, which are nothing but like as nostrils, which always moves like opens and close, open and close. This is called movement. So that stomatas are movement. While it moves, it one place to another place. So that's why I told you this is also one of the movement that movement it caused by itself. So movement is there in the plants. So respiration, I think you have an idea regarding respiration. Yes, respiration is nothing but breathing, sir. Yes. What is breathing means? Yes, sir. We are taking the oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. That is called breathing. In your early class, like you learn like that. Yes, breathing is there in the plants also. Plants also takes oxygen. Plants also release carbon dioxide, but very small amount when you compare to the animals. And excretion. Yeah, I have one doubt regarding this excretion. So while through sweating or through fecal matter or whatever it may be, excretion is going on in the plants and animals. I will tell you, I will explain you very detailed in coming topics. And the last one is response to the stimulus. If you ask me, sir, I will give the reply. So I will give the reply whenever you are giving the such a stimulus. So if you observe that particular reply from anything, that is one of the characteristics of the living organisms. So particularly these living organisms are showing these special characteristics. That's what we are informed, that we are concluded that these plants and animals are living organisms, isn't it? So coming to this living organisms. So I already told you living organisms are nothing but plants and animals. Very good. So plants and animals are living organisms that everybody knows. Now my point is Per living, that means per living things, either plants and animals, which has to do some special activities. Per plant growth or animal growth, it should maintain such properties, or it should do such performance. So such activities are important. So my point is, how these plants are performs some activities. That means for our existence or for our development, either animals or plants. In my words, I am saying that if I want to survive, I have to perform some activities. What activities I have to perform? What activities I have to perform? For my existence or for my surveillance, I have to do some performance, or I have to do some special activities in my body itself. So I'm asking one thing regarding this. Can you anybody say what is the major importance? That means what are the special activities we use to take every day for our surveillance or for our existence? ఇన్ అదర్ వర్డ్స్, ఇంకొక మాటలో చెప్పాలి అంటే, నేను బతుకుతున్నాను అంటే, నేను ఒకవేళ లివింగ్ కండిషన్లో ఉన్నాను అంటే నా బాడీ ఏం చేస్తుంది, అండ్ వాట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ డే. నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను రోజు అనేది నాకు వచ్చింది. ఎస్ సార్, మనం బతకాలంటే ఐ హ్యావ్ అన్ ఐడియా. ఎస్ సార్, ఫుడ్ తింటున్నాను. ఓకే, దట్స్ వెరీ గుడ్. ఫుడ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. వెరీ గుడ్. ఎస్ సార్, ద సెకండ్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ ఐఎమ్ బ్రీతింగ్ ఆక్సిజన్. దట్ మీన్స్ ఆక్సిజన్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను కాబట్టి బతుకుతాను. ఎస్, వెరీ గుడ్. That means for our existence or for our development, there is a need of food and oxygen, isn't it? So, particularly, these special activities are performing by our body, either in animals or either in plants. These particular activities are called life processes. These particular activities are life processes. ఇంకొక మాటలో చెప్పాలంటే తెలుగులో, మన యొక్క ఉనికిని చాటుకోవడానికి కానీ, లేదంటే మన అభివృద్ధికి తోడ్పడడానికి కానీ మనం చేసేటువంటి కొన్ని క్రియలు ఉంటాయి కదండి, వాటినే మనం లైఫ్ ప్రాసెస్ అంటాం. మన బతకాలి, మన భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే మన బతకాలి అంటే మనకి ఏవో కొన్ని ప్రాసెస్ జరగాలి. సో అదే మీరు అంటున్నారు, ఫుడ్ తీసుకుంటున్నాను సార్ అందుకే బతుకుతున్నాను, లేదంటే బతకలేను అంటున్నారు. ఎస్, దెర్ ఇస్ ఇన్వాల్వ్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ ప్రాసెస్. ఫుడ్ ఈజ్ రిలేటెడ్ టు వన్ లైఫ్ ప్రాసెస్ దట్ వీ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్. And the second thing, oxygen, sir. Oxygen also very important. Yes, you are right. So that is also one type of life process that we will explain later. And apart from that, I have one doubt. Yes, sir, I am taking food. In my breakfast, I used to take 0.5 kilo or 0.2 or 5 kilo of the food. That means entire the day, I used to take 1.5 kilograms of the food. In a day, 1.5 kilograms means in 7 days, it's around 10.5. In a month, it may be 40 kilos. That means in a day, we are taking 40 kilograms of the food. But can we can we gain that weight in our body? No, we cannot get that gain of our weight. Our weight may be very less. But how these food items are converted into how these food items, that means we are taking these 40 kilograms of the food, but there is no weight gain in our body. That means there is a special activity in our body. So after taking the food items, the unwanted things are released out. That is also one life process. That is called excretion. అంటే మనం తీసుకున్న ఫుడ్లో మనం పనికిరాని అని కూడా బయటికి పంపేయడం. అలా పంపకపోతే మనం బతకలేం సార్. సో ఫర్ అవర్ ఎగ్జిస్టెన్స్ ఆర్ ఫర్ అవర్ సర్వైవింగ్, దట్ లైఫ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఆర్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో దట్ లైఫ్ ప్రాసెస్ particularly in our body, actually I am explaining about ourselves only, because if you know about yourself, automatically you can get the knowledge. You have to apply that entire things in your body, not to that man biology నేర్చుకుంటున్నామంటే you have to apply in your body whatever the topic it may be. Whether I am explaining anything in the topic, you have to apply in the body itself, no doubt it. Whether any topic, whether it is reproduction or whether it is anything in our body, you have to apply in your body. I am telling you, why biology is a very interesting topic means, why biology is the finest branch in the science means, because there is a special advantage in our life, advantage in the biology, because we cannot apply remaining subjects in our personal life, in our personal body particularly, but we can do. ఫిజిక్స్ ఒక ఫిజికల్ సైన్స్ ఏదైనా టాపిక్ చెప్తే అది మన బాడీలోకి అనువర్తించుకోలేము, కానీ బయాలజీ అలా కాదండి. యూ కెన్ అప్లికేబుల్ ఇన్ యువర్ బాడీ. సో యూ కెన్ గివ్ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యాజ్ యువర్ బాడీ, నో డౌట్ ఇట్. మీ బాడీని మీరు ఎగ్జాంపుల్కి చూపించి మీరు లెసన్ చెప్పొచ్చు, ఆర్ మీరు వినొచ్చు. సో వైల్ యూ ఆర్ when you are applying these biology concepts in your body only, then you can get the knowledge effectively. I already told you questionnaire is very important, and the second thing is application in your body, application that entire the life process in your personal life or in your personal body. So coming to this life process, so life process are very important. Without life process there is no existence, there is no existence. So for our existence these life process are very important. So among these life process we are going to explain this food. So my question is, what items we use to eat as food? Generally this is a general topic. మన ఫుడ్గా ఏం తీసుకుంటాం సార్? ఎస్ సార్, ఐ యూజ్ టు టేక్ ప్లాంట్స్ అండ్ ప్లాంట్స్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్, ఓకే, అండ్ సమ్టైమ్స్ ఐఎమ్ నాన్ వెజిటేరియన్, దట్స్ వాట్ యానిమల్స్ ఆల్సో ఐ యూజ్ టు టేక్. వెరీ గుడ్. బట్ ఐ హ్యావ్ one question again, how these food items are prepared? You have a silly answer, yes sir, my mother prepared the food items. I know in every home our mother only prepared the food items, that everybody accept it. But the thing is that how your mother get these food resources? Again you have a silly answer, yes sir, from Spencer's or Victory Bazaar we can get these food sources. Okay, I am good. But these food resources are we can get from the primary producers, that we can from the plants itself only. Whatever the food resource, of course you are taking, you use it to take upma or whatever it may be, that primary sources which comes from the plants only. So my point is, my question again, how these food items are prepared by the plants? How these food items are prepared by the plants, and why these plants are prepared the food items? నాకు క్వశ్చన్ అండి, నాకు ఎప్పటికీ అర్థం కావట్లే. అసలు ప్లాంట్స్ ఎందుకు ఫుడ్ ప్రిపేర్ చేసుకుంటున్నాయి సార్, మన కోసమా? నో సార్, ప్లాంట్స్ ఆర్ ప్రిపేర్ ద ఫుడ్ ఐటమ్స్ ఫర్ దెమ్సెల్వ్స్ ఓన్లీ, అండ్ ప్లాంట్స్ ఆర్ prepare the food items and store the food items in their branches or in their leaves or in their body parts. దాచుకుంటాయండి ఫుడ్ని ఇండైరెక్ట్లీ. ఇన్ అదర్ వర్డ్స్, ఇంకొక మాటలో చెప్పాలి అంటే, వీఆర్ స్టోరింగ్ ద ఫుడ్ ఐటమ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ప్లాంట్స్ అండ్ ప్లాంట్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్, ఇజంట్ ఇట్? సో plants are prepared the food items, so that's what plants are called as primary producers. Primary producers. So how these plants are prepared the food items? That's my question. My question is, how these plants are prepared the food items? Yes sir, plants are prepared the food items, I agree with you. So for this food preparation there is a special process in this particular plants. That what is the process involved in the food preparation in the plants? That is my question. So that answer is photosynthesis. So plants are prepared the food items. Here photosynthesis means synthesizing is nothing but preparation. So preparing the food items with the help of some sources, I will explain you later. So with the help of some sources, plants are synthesized the food items. That process is called photosynthesis. So plants are prepared the food items. Okay, that is called photosynthesis. You can have an idea. My point is, okay, after preparation of the food items are stored in particular body parts like in leaves or branches and everything and everywhere, I think. So after preparing the food items, we use it to eat, we use it to take the food items in our body. Apart from that, and the second thing is, మనం ఫుడ్ తీసుకున్న తర్వాత, I already told you, for our existence or for our survival, for our development, some life processes are important. I already told you. One is about food. Food అనేది చాలా అవసరం అంటున్నారు. And the second thing is oxygen. Yes, sir, oxygen also very important. Oxygen plays very important role in our body. Yes, sir. And the third thing is excretion. That means releasing waste products from our body. యా, మన బాడీలో ఉన్నటువంటి వేస్ట్ని అంతా బయటికి పంపేయడం. వెరీ గుడ్. అంటే వేస్ట్ని పంపేస్తున్నామంటే యూస్ఫుల్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ కూడా బాడీలో ఉన్నట్టే కదా ఫుడ్లో. సో అంటే యూస్ఫుల్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఏం చేస్తున్నాయి ఇప్పుడు? సో దట్ యూస్ఫుల్ ప్రొడక్ట్స్ ఆర్ అబ్జార్బింగ్ ఇన్ అవర్ బాడీ and it transport from one place to another place. So that is also one life process, that is called a transportation. So I started our life process from the food, how the food is prepared, and the second thing is breathe oxygen, how the oxygen is inhaling, that is called breathing, that is called respiration. And the third thing is removing waste products, how these waste products are removing. And the fourth topic is absorption of wanted things or necessary things or body usage. So that should be, you can learn in the transport system. So in particular in 10th class, what you are going to teach, what you are going to learn, one is food preparation. And the second is oxygen. That means related to the respiration. And the third thing is waste management, related to the excretion. And the fourth thing is transportation. That means it related to the transport of our food. That means useful food items or useful food materials. So our first topic is food. Food preparation. So I already told you there is a photosynthesis process. So in every food, actually what is called food? I have a doubt again. I already told you how to question yourself. What, how, why? Again I have a question. What is food, sir? And why I have to take the food? Okay. Now what is food? Food is nothing but a chemical substances which are used to take through our mouth and it is useful for our body. These are nothing but food items. So what are these chemical substances in the food? That's my question again. Yes, sir. In our earth, on the earth particularly, every substance, whether it is plant or animal or non-living things, anything which are chemical substances, everything. Even your hair follicle also chemical thing. Every part in our body which is related to the chemical substances, no doubt it. So like this, so our food is nothing but chemical substances. Again here one more doubt. What are the chemical substances are there in the food? Yes, very good. So that chemical substances may be differentiate to the food and food to food. Oko food lo okokla untai chemical substances. Particularly in the food, generally the food items has some chemical substances like carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So these are the particular chemical substances we can see in this particular food. Before we are going to explain all these food substances or chemical substances, I would like to tell you one thing. So I already told you the first topic is related to the food, but I don't know what is the topic name and what is the lesson name. I don't want to know even. నాకు తెలుసుకోవాలని లేదండి లెసన్ నేమ్. ఎందుకంటే ఆఫ్టర్ లెర్నింగ్ ఎంటైర్ టాపిక్, ఆఫ్టర్ టీచింగ్ ఎంటైర్ టాపిక్, ఐ విల్ గివ్ ద లెసన్. ఐ హోప్ యూ డూ. మీరు కూడా అలాగే చేయండి. ఏంటంటే లెసన్ మొత్తం నేర్చుకొని how much you are acquiring the knowledge from this lesson, then only you can give the lesson based on your understanding. మీకు ఏం అర్థమైందో దాని ప్రకారం ఒక లెసన్ నేమ్ పెట్టుకోండి. యాక్చువల్లీ ఆఫ్టర్ దిస్ ఎంటైర్ దిస్ టాపిక్ ఐ విల్ గివ్ ద లెసన్ నేమ్. మేబీ it's related to the original, but in your mind some special topic may be there. So I request you, after learning the full concept, then only you can see the lesson name, whether it is similar to your lesson name or not. If it is similar, yes, your understanding is very effective. So I clearly told you, you have to understand these topics very effectively by this questioning only, in my point. And the second thing is, you have to get the answers from this questionnaire from the science only, because science only gives these answers for your questions, no doubt it. Because science is what is called science is nothing but knowledge which is proven by scientifically. So which is proven by scientifically, so definitely we can believe on it. So I request you, you please questionnaire in your mindset whatever the concept it is. So before concluding my session today, I would like to tell you two things particularly. One is questionnaire. Whatever the topic you are going to learn and whatever the topic you are going to read, you have to question in your mind whether it is useful for your daily life or not. And I already told you what, how, why. You have to frame the questions by these three things, and then you should some practice for getting these answers for these questions. That's what we already opened our comment box for your questions only. So my comment box ఎప్పుడు ఓపెన్ అయి ఉంటుంది. You can ask the questions. We are ready to give the answers for your questions. So if you give more questions means we can happily to express my answers, because when there is a question there is an answer. When there is a question, when there is a response, we can feel yes, they are listening or they are understanding somewhat. So I request you please give the comments. You please drop your comments in the comment box, I think. Okay. So I request you please questionnaire in your body or in your mind. Based on that we will go for next topic. So actually I'm going to conclude my topic today itself. Thank you very much, and I hope you understand. If not, you can give the comment in the comment box. I will give the reply for you. And from the second class onwards, we will go for detailed class with blackboard. I think I will get the blackboard within 2 or 3 days. So when the blackboard comes, automatically that every topic will explain you very clearly. So I hope you understand. Thank you very much.